So, good morning. This is Reverend Renee Bledsoe at Church of Spiritual Light. And this morning I am going to share with you the telling or the retelling of a new story of the new earth, the new nativity, maybe you could say, on our altar on Sunday morning here, Christmas Eve day. And so all medicine wheel journeys are entered in through the eastern gate. So I was guided to put things on this altar in a way that was not cognitive. I did not think this through, wasn't logical. It was intuitive. And after I had a moment to sit with it and take a look at it, I discovered that it was telling a story. And if you know my altars, this one's very simple compared to how sort of rich the other ones have been historically. So it's not a lot to look at, but I am going to tell the story of this season. So it's even interesting as I'm doing this now, I see that we have the berries and the leaves are lit. The leaves are lit. And I was guided to put all of these tiny twinkling lights, although I don't have them twinkling for, optical reasons. But to me, they both represent to me the stars and adamantine, which is first light particles as our bodies are changing and becoming filled with more light. So I have no real idea of this, how the story's going to roll, but here we go, and I'm going to trust it. So I had put this beautiful Mary and baby that I have quite a collection of. Then they're all different, but I love this one because she has wind, and her hair and her veil are blowing in the wind, and she's actually standing on clouds. And as some people know, I'm very connected to Nicholas Black Elk and grandfather, and he is a cloud person. He's a cloud person. And with the Christmas tree, ornament on the candle holder, the lighting of that, huge, telling a story. So this is the East, which is new beginnings. It's a sunrise. It's a new day. It's a new dimension, stepping into a new dimension. And this Mary and baby are the Christ child with his mother is the new beginning. So he is not without his mother. He is going to be nurtured and taken care of by his own inner soul. And as we can see, leading into the grounding with the color red of the Christ Mass tree. Okay. And then we have the Star of David down there, the Merkabah, as above, so below. Says so much. Okay, so this is leading us into the Holy Trinity of the Mother, the Father, and the Child. Love this image. This is Jesus standing on the world. Divine union, this is always meant to me, with that third thing being, your holy self coming through. And our children are the reason we do anything. So truly, to make this world a better place, not just a better place like Kumbaya, but evolutionarily to allow it to become all that it is meant to be. As they say in our esoteric studies, we are making the world sacred. Okay, so here I was guided to put the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and there is a snowflake. So to me, the snowflake is a symbol of the solar angel, the light of your soul, and it is coming down and illuminating his heart. So it's silver and gold. That's pretty beautiful. And he's seated in a garland of roses. And then beside him is Ganesha, and obviously another Merkabah. And for some reason over here, the light doesn't do it over there, but over here, it makes this beautiful starburst, this light emanating from the candle holder itself. That's just so cool. Let me get a closer shot of Jesus here with his Sacred Heart. And then we have the Ankh. And that's super powerful. That is significant of the change in to come and into the full Christ Mass tree, which is to be whole-brained. Whole-brained. It's not a cross of suffering with linear thinking. It is whole-brained. The head is whole. I won't go too much more into that. Just in the background there, we have our little gifts for tonight, for Christmas Eve. Okay, this one is very near and dear to my heart. This is, I think we just got this one last year, and it was very telling, the things that were going on here, hopefully, and in the world. For once, we have an icon of you could say the Holy Father and the Christ Child, and again, he's got that world in his hands, the baby. Just really powerful. Healing of the divine masculine. So powerful. I'm just going to leave that right there. So this is one of my most cherished finds. Again, we have the Merkaba. This Mary and her baby, Jesus, on the donkey. Again, the Christmas tree. Grounding with the red. You know, back there we had the green, which is the heart energy, which is the south. But here we're in the west. Again, with the Merkaba, the Star of David. Interesting, you know, I don't really know why that one, other one makes the starburst, but this one doesn't, but it's saying something. The inner sun is definitely comes from the south on the wheel, just to give you a juxtaposition of the difference. We have the inner sun, the south, and then we come over here in the dark, because this is the moon. On the wheel, this is the west. And I really wanted to switch this Mary figurine with the one over in the east, but Spirit wouldn't let me. And I'm telling the story so that I can really understand why, because normally I would have put her over there, and that says a lot, because that's where the journey begins. But I always say the west is as the vision questing and the dream time happens, right through our very traumas, disturbances, clearing of negative karma, even just our creationary, movements to face up into the dark night of the soul and allow the inner light to come through, is making sometimes the best of a bad situation, but also finding the silver lining in the cloud. And so to me, the humility of this world icon of treasuring the child within, to be so lowly by riding on, the back of a donkey. I always say something about our tiny little church here in a strip mall. It's like a manger, it's very unassuming. It's very full of lots of soul, lots of spiritual light, lots of agape, adamantine. These are all the things of creation that are powerful, but they're kind of hidden in the dark. They're hidden. They're veiled, just like Mary is often veiled, especially the Magdalene. So to me, this represents, sometimes in the West, you're humbled. The tower is over here. The devil card, which is the balancing and the ego bondage, and the want for balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. Over here in the West is also temperance and sobriety. So it is a time of potential, a humbling, humility, but only for the purposes of being able to really see what is hidden and latent and possibly dormant that can be activated. And I'll leave you with this. The key word that I most cherish in the West, besides, accessing the vision questing in the dream time, it's the sundown, the sunset, is new opportunity within that new beginning. Okay, so here we go. I just love this. This is Mary with her baby. She's by herself, and there's just a single pink rose. Just very telling. I won't tear apart everything here. So this is a beautiful lotus, but you'll notice that it's risen up. I have a boatload of these lotuses, and this was given to me by the someone in presence here. Can I film you? Mm-hmm. Okay. It just by coincidence, she happens to be the one that gave me this, right?
Yeah.
You gave me this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't sometimes remember because we get a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
But it's filled with diamonds or something, jewels or adamantine. I don't know. But it's risen up, though. Boy, does that tell a story. No mud, no lotus, but this lotus is up above the ground. And, with it being the north, this is the earth. The earth, the grounding, the manifestation, the physical. And I have put Joseph and Mary and the baby, Jesus, at the north with the snowflake green. The greening is a very big deal here. I also chose to put a beautiful Hanukkah candle here, Festival of Light. But something really cool happened with this statue. As you can see, he has a place for his staff. So I commissioned to have our beloved heart make a new staff. It's a little wide for the hole, but I think I have something else for that. But I don't know. It's like a Gandalf staff. And thank you, Emily. She did a beautiful job. And there's no way that I'm not going to put it in here somehow. And it's just, I don't know. There's this, it's like, don't forget your magic. Don't forget your power. We often make staffs as sacred instruments here. And in fact, we have an assignment in motion to make one or acquire one, however. And I'm thinking I got mine. So it's just really tiny. I have a few that are obviously larger and regular size, but that's really magical. So this is, to me, what's manifesting is the masculine and feminine being perfectly in divine union in the physical, in their roles, with absolutely nothing being taken away from either of them, and the purpose being to attend to this child, to rebirth this child. It's very beautiful. And then we have Guadalupe. She was on our altar last Christmas, and I wanted her out. Her flame is very low. We're going to have to do something about that. And maybe it's just all perfect. So last but not least is this super, super amazing icon that I found. If you'll notice, there's an angel. I mean, you can clearly see the wings. The angel, Joseph, Mary, and the baby is not there. It's an empty manger, but look who's standing there, looking at himself. I've never seen an icon like this. Of course, we have the flanking roses, the pink. Our order of the rose is the pink, the pale pink rose, but we also have these pale blue roses up here. We often do use those. In fact, we have some of those in our centerpiece. Yeah, we have some blue roses. So there they are. And there is Jesus looking down at him. It's like, where did he go? Well, there he went. And I am not sure if what he's holding, it could be a lantern. He's definitely not meant to be depicted as an angel. He does not have any wings, and he has the very telling garb, the blue robes. Obviously, this is Mary and Joseph, and that's an angel. And there's 3 wise men, so there's only one of him. I just knew in my heart that this was Jesus. And when I looked down and really noticed that that cradle was empty. I think I'll leave it at this, because that is, to me, the story, the apex of this new Earth Nativity. It's a retelling of an old story, and it has a lot of new, fresh, and exciting things to show us. So back to the beginning. On this day, Mary's giving birth, about to give birth to the Christ child within. You can take that wherever you want to take it. You can leave it with the historical happening. You can leave it all at the feet of Mary and Jesus and Joseph and the wise men and all of that part of the story. And I say all of that is still relevant. But there's more. And it's been quite a while now. And we experience the end of the Piscean age. We are stepping into the age of Aquarius firmly, and that is the water bearer. And interestingly enough, the Aquarius is an air sign, and this is full of airy movement, this statue. So I'm going to leave you with this. This is the 2024 Church of Spiritual Light, New Earth Nativity, our altar. I thank you. Peace. Om Shanti. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And the season may bless you and keep you always.